The late afternoon sun poured through the kitchen window, casting long shadows on the tiled floor of the Carson family home. The scent of baked bread wafted in from the oven, mingling with the faint mustiness that lingered in the corners of the house, a reminder of its age. Lydia Carson stood at the counter, kneading dough, her fingers working the warm, pliable mass as a gentle breeze ruffled the edges of a nearby curtain. It was an unremarkable day, until she turned to put the dough in the pan and noticed something curious. The door to the basement, a heavy oak slab that had been locked since they moved in, was ajar. She distinctly recalled sealing it tight the night before. A chill crept up her spine, and she set the dough aside, her brow furrowing as she approached the door. The wood was worn and splintered, yet the lock gleamed as if it had been freshly polished. A shiver traced its way down her arms as she leaned closer, the faint sound of muttering beyond just on the edge of hearing. It wasn't loud enough to decipher, but it was there, curling around her like smoke. She hesitated, but her curiosity prickled. What could possibly lie behind that door? She pushed it open with a creak that echoed in the stillness of the house. Inside, the air was heavy with dampness, and the dim light cast long shadows that played tricks on her eyes. As she stepped in, the familiar sense of the home shifted. The mustiness thickened, mixing now with something sharp and sour that pricked at her senses. She glanced around, her heart pounding. Stacks of dusty boxes filled with forgotten relics of the previous owners towered menacingly against the walls. But one box stood out, a bright red, almost garish against the muted tones surrounding it. Moving closer, Lydia couldn't shake the feeling that she had unwittingly crossed an unseen line. The moment her fingers brushed the top of the box, a sudden chill swept through the room, and she could swear she heard the empty rocking chair from the corner of the room creak softly, as if propelled by a gentle push of air. She recoiled, caught off guard, her breaths coming faster. The box drew her in like a moth to a flame. Against her better judgment, she unlatched it, revealing a collection of faded photographs and what appeared to be a worn, leather-bound book. Each photograph captured a family she didn't recognize, their expressions grave, and in every picture, a door loomed ominously in the background, door after door, each one reflecting a deeper shade of foreboding. Suddenly, the basement door slammed shut behind her, the sound reverberating as if held by a torrent of air. Lydia turned sharply, panic twisting her stomach. She rushed toward the door, only to find it unyielding. She could see the twisting shadows creeping along the walls, and the whispers grew louder, echoing her own doubts and fears. In the dimness, the ground beneath her feet shifted, and she stumbled back, landing beside the red box. In that split second, the name Carson caught her eye, inscribed on the cover of the book in tarnished gold letters. It felt like a warning, and then it struck her. The door that had been locked, the source of the whispers, were family stories twisted through time. The truth unfolded like the pages of the book. Every Carson had hidden something dark, something lost behind closed doors, and the whispers now urged her to join their ranks. As if in response to her thoughts, the rocking chair halted abruptly, silence enveloping her like a shroud. With heavy breaths, she clutched the book, realization gnawing at the edge of her sanity. Perhaps some doors were never meant to be opened. Perhaps there was a reason for the shadows to remain unseen. Lydia knew she had to escape before she too became just another whisper, trapped in the legacy of her own family curse, forgotten in the pages of a book that should have remained unopened. In the end, her heart thudded as she crashed through the door, reclaiming her life, but shadows flickered at the edge of her vision. Even into the light, they would not let her go completely. From that day, the basement door remained shut, now tightly sealed, yet she could feel its presence lurking, a constant reminder of what lay behind and what awaited to be unleashed.